So I started this little YouTube channel in May of 2025, and within 1 month I had posted 10 short videos. They weren't super polished, they weren't strategic, they weren't the kind of videos you'd make if you were trying to grow fast or hack the algorithm. They were more like fragments, small pieces of thought and memory stitched together in the only way I knew how. I wasn't trying to teach or preach or convince anyone. I was just trying to tell the truth out loud after a lifetime of keeping it quiet. In those first 10 videos, they were me dipping my toes into the water, testing out my own voice, seeing what it felt like to speak instead of just think. So much thinking. To share instead of shrink. They were raw and imperfect, but they were honest, and that was the whole point. For so much of my life, I've kept myself small. I've tried to cancel out my true self, editing who I was just to fit in or feel acceptable. I would come out for a while, share pieces of myself, but always retreat back into the safety of invisibility, those quiet corners where I could be unseen and feel protected. 1 month in, I had reached 37 subscribers, and that was honestly fine with me. A few people had heard my stories, and it had resonated with them, and that was worth it to me. I wasn't attached to any particular outcome. I just wanted to share honestly and completely unfiltered. Plus, no one had taken the time to comment and tell me my videos were horrible, so that was a win. However, some old feelings started to creep back in, and I started to feel a bit too raw, too vulnerable, so I stepped back for a bit. I resisted the urge to unpublish my videos, even though the old thoughts would occasionally rise and try to win over. I sat with the discomfort, let the channel and its 37 subscribers sit and rest. The feelings waned, and 2 months passed. And then one day there were 51 subscribers and a few new comments. And then more. Slowly, steadily, it kept growing. My voice was actually reaching people in a way that mattered, and what I was building was somehow alive. And now this little corner of the internet I've pitched my tent in has grown to 1,000 people clicking that subscribe button, and many more of you coming in to just sit and listen. That's a number I didn't honestly imagine hitting, and yet here we are. I've cried writing these scripts, and I've cried reading your comments. Every single one of them has reached me. Some of you have said, "This is exactly me," or "I feel less alone because of what you shared." Some of you have shared raw and deeply personal stories. Every single one hits me. I'm touched, I'm honored, and I'm deeply humbled. I've always wanted this channel to feel honest, like a safe and quiet conversation with no judgment, where we can just say how we really feel, and somehow you've made it more than that. You've made it real, alive, and deeply human. Some of you have watched a video more than once. Some of you are watching through multiple videos. And some of you just silently listen and resonate without commenting. Every kind of engagement matters. Every one of you matters. I'll be honest, hitting publish, checking comments, bracing for that negative blast that my mind keeps anticipating, those anxieties haven't disappeared. They still show up, and they probably always will. But I do it anyway. I let some time pass, I let the feelings burn themselves out, and I keep going because your presence here, your listening, your responses, this connection makes it worth it. It means so much to know that my voice is reaching you in a way that feels meaningful. And if it's only one person who feels seen here, that's already enough. So thank you, truly, for listening, for commenting, for sharing pieces of yourselves here, for being part of this little growing community that started as a whisper and is now something real. We're just getting started. I don't know exactly where this will go, but I do know that having all of you here makes the path forward feel a little more clear. So here's to 1,000 subscribers. Here's to honesty. Here's to connection. And here's to whatever comes next, together.